making those personal sacrifices to keep the cattle healthy. What's one thing most people don't know about raising beef?
Kind of back to that previous answer is some of the things that we give up, you know, the luxuries that we give up to be able to have those animals, you know, and for our family, you know, we have to work multiple jobs to be able to subsidize. So there's a lot of time sacrifice in things that we're having to do so that we can have that ranch and make sure that it stays within the family.
Yeah. What about how does New Mexico's landscape and climate shape your ranching practices?
Sure. So I mean, the big thing in New Mexico is this drought. You know, we're continually having to look at, you know, where our rainfall patterns are, having a normal. It's just here recently there's not a real normal, so we're having to readjust our stocking rates. So the drought is the big thing that we have to deal with, where, you know, when the rains come, how much grass we're producing, so that we're taking care of the land, not overgrazing it, and taking care of our animals, making sure they have enough. So that's just a constant we have to deal with year in and year out.
Absolutely. And I know you talked about you used to live on the farm and had farming, and I think that's something that's interesting about ranching to me, is that you have to be a steward of the land, and you're also farming grass.
That's right.
That's a big part of it.
That's our crop.
Yeah. That's awesome. What about, so I guess that kind of leads to the next question, and maybe we kind of already answered it, but talk about the land and resource management, and how, like, which I guess you kind of already understood, but is there anything else about land and resource management?
You know, just the land is what we have to work with. That's our asset that we have to take care of, so that we can ensure that we grow the grass, that we from year to year to year, we don't damage the grass production by overgrazing, and be able to grow our calves to be able to sell and market. So, you know, the land is what we have to work with, and that's what we're protecting.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you were telling me in the truck too about moving water to the top of the mesa so that you can spread the cattle out and use more of your land. That's a big deal.